They've been consistent. How do you feel they've done overall? I think they've done a nice job of just preventing the big play.
Yeah, we want to make them earn it. I think even that touchdown that they got was really off of two big pass plays, one to the tight end and one to the receiver. What we got to do is make sure we secure ourselves against the quarterback run game and just tackle with a lot more efficiency. We had some big play opportunities. We got to catch the ones they throw you. If we get a chance to make a big play to swing it. And then obviously the field position game, especially in the second half, we weren't able to capitalize or take advantage of that at all.
Coach, another game where your defense was able to stand up and hold them to 24 points or less. What does that say about your defense after the first three games, having given up more than that?
Well, I think they prepare the right way. What I've probably been the most impressed with their defense is the way they communicate pre-snap, post-snap. Take the coaching. It was a tough one for us. I think they even gave us a chance here at the end, right? They voted up and held them to a field goal that, if we were able to execute and get ourselves in the end zone, a touchdown, a PAT wins the game. And unfortunately, we weren't able to execute that. But I do think there's really in all three phases, offense, defense, special teams, there's enough positive that you get excited about, but not enough to win this Big Ten games here today at home, especially. We want to give this crowd, this environment, reason to hope for the future. And I know there's a lot of good out there, but we got to start closing these games out and win them at home.
All right, and Coach, on to next week. We'll be ready.
Appreciate it. Well, very discouraging. Want to play well here at home, and kind of like we've experienced here a little bit. We've done really good things for a while, but we can't play a four-quarter game at home, and it's going to be our challenge to do that. Give credit to Rutgers. I thought they took advantage. It was obviously a little bit of a punt fest out there. They capitalized on field position and took advantage when they were in the red area. Our defense continued to do some good things. Obviously, that last stand down there to make them kick a field goal and put it in a touchdown in a PAT game, but we just weren't able to capitalize. And then obviously, I thought the way that we threw the ball in the first half, I knew they were going to load the box. I knew they were going to do a lot of different things on the defense to prevent us from running the football, but took advantage of it. And really, it's my responsibility to get this group to play a four-quarter game. And obviously, we came out in the second half and laid an egg in certain aspects that we got to be better at. And that's all 100% of me. So came out of it pretty clean from an injury standpoint. I'm sure that you guys saw Josh didn't get a lot of reps. Josh has been a little bit banged up. Didn't know what he was going to be able to do today. I appreciate him trying to go, but it just wasn't in his standard mode of operation. I thought Chase continues to do some good things. We're really, really excited to connect on that big pass play with BP to Isaiah. That's a connection I've been waiting to see happen, and obviously it did in a big way, but just utterly disappointed in our performance in the second half. For me as a head coach, that's 100% on me.
Last week we were kind of in the trenches. This week
No. Give credit to Rutgers, but I just didn't think we could ever get anything. We had a lot of backside penetration. Couldn't ever really get some things started. Did that. We bounced the ball to the edge a little bit. Chase did some nice things even on that last drive. And you can see by the way they were playing, the techniques and the calls, that they were going to do everything to make us, take the ball outside. And when we did that, we got to learn a little bit of, take advantage of what they give us and be able to adjust in the mode of that. But yeah, the game was going to be one up front, and unfortunately we didn't do that for four quarters.
Really, you mentioned that's a fact that comeback. Did you think that played any role?
I get it. That's an easy thing to point to now, but believe me, I wasn't patting them on the back at all this week. But I think even I challenged our guys to just think about where they were from last Sunday to where they are today, our preparation, but also just how they felt, how the halftime was, how third quarter demeanor, fourth quarter when you challenge to a fight. We didn't respond the right way, and unfortunately, that's what ultimately brought us defeat.
We only had 3 penalties, but all 3 handcuffed you at the beginning of the drive.
Yeah.
What did that change?
You know what? We preach. We're one of the best in the league of least amount of penalties, and you know, we only had 3 today, but there were 3 critical ones. You know, the play that started off with the 1st and 25. I mean, Isaiah, I believe, gained 10 yards or close to it on that quarterback run play, and turned around and they said there's a flag and got us for a high-low, which is a repeat offense for us. All right, so we got to really closely look at that about what's happening there and why it's happening. Communication, pre-snap to make sure we clean that up. I believe we had an offsides when they ran up in the line of scrimmage, and then we had a completed 3rd down pass, right, that was going to give us chains moving, and that backed us up and made us punt on that play. So, you know, 3 successive drives, 3 penalties. These guys get tired of me saying it, but it is 100% true. You know, penalties, mental errors, and turnovers are what make you lose games, and today was a definition of that.
But it just seems like in games it's hard to with the staff momentum for you guys right now in the bigger picture, right? It's like it's one thing about how do you take that back into strategy?
Just, you know, keep plugging away. It's a challenge that I really enjoy. I think our staff embraces it. It's not one that we obviously love the results of it, but we get everything in this program by what you put into it, right, and then what you earn, and nobody's going to give you anything in this league. I told it, echoed it all week. This is a team that won 3 games, lost 4, but it had been in every ball game and competed in every game. I could see it on film the way they had fought, and the more we stayed in the game here, I knew it was going to turn into this type of a ball game down the stretch. I did like the way they responded. Obviously, the 4th and yard there, with a little belly flip play to Chase, and you know, they took 2 off the edge and made it happen. Right? So they capitalized on a critical moment. They made plays. I believe they were 3 for 3 on 4th down. So we weren't able to get off the field there on 4th down, and that was a big play in the game as well.
The play before the Chase Brown run, which probably was that to Josh?
Yeah. Josh Chase had a couple nice big runs, but he tapped it. He was tired on that last one, and Jakari's been awesome going in there and doing some things. But obviously, just weren't able to convert on that 4th down.
Passing game was really clicking in the second quarter. Only 4 pass attempts in the second half, though. Were they doing something different defensively, kind of shift back to the run?
Yeah, you know, field position was part of it, right? We had a couple of those were backed up. Just didn't feel good on our protections. We had the penalty that, you know, was a completed pass for a 3rd down. They brought it back. I don't know where that chart's out at, but you know, BP is. I thought last week was probably his best week of preparation since I've been with him. I no doubt in my mind he was really locked in, focused. Was very, very demonstrative during practice. Even Friday's walkthrough, I saw him doing some things, saying some things that I hadn't seen in his preparation to this point. So I was proud of the way he prepared, but obviously it all gets lost in defeat. And we'll strap our bootstraps up and go back to work. This group is a pretty resilient group. They learn more from their moments, and hopefully be able to get ourselves focused and get back on track for a road trip to Minnesota.
The consistency up front, is that something that you're trying to work on offensively, defensively, with that play?
Without a doubt, consistency is a great word, right? Like it's got to be essential for us to grow. When we have setbacks, it's sometimes it's you know, something that can be self-inflicted. It might be execution. It might be call. As a head coach, I think I just got to take complete understanding and responsibility. Any of those setbacks we have, to make sure we truly understand why they happen. We can't just say, "Oh, this happened." Well, why did it happen? Right? What are we saying? What are we doing? What are we coaching? What are we seeing on film? And that's the part that's frustrating. It just seems like at times, you know, they make a step forward, and you know, you get very excited about it. I think they deserve it. They deserve to get pats on the back. But on the same account, like, this is just very, very frustrating to be in the position we're in today and not be able to capitalize.
As a first-year coach, how difficult is it to build consistency within a program?
First-year coach, second-year coach, third-year coach. I think probably consistency is a year-to-year basis, right? Like, you're dealing with new players. They're going to learn how they how they perform, right? And you're going to learn more about them. But when it comes to, time on the field, that's probably the number one thing, is just trying to figure out what you're going to get on game day and be able to adjust to it.
So what's your role for all of that frustration kind of trickle all the way down to the field? How do you kind of stop it?
My frustrations?
Yeah, I mean, like, just draw them.
Yeah. I would say this, I get frustrated on a daily basis, right? So like, I know this, when I walk in the door in the morning and when I leave, all eyes are on me. I get it. That's what I'm here to do, and that's what I challenge myself to do every day. But I would say this, like, you got at a point, you as a head coach realize that, the things you say, the things you do, the plan that you implement, the calls that we make, offense, defense, special teams, all come through my sign off, and I'm excited about this group. I knew it was going to be a tough day. I knew it was going to be a tough matchup, but the part that was probably the most frustrating thing today was just the ability to overcome in those adverse moments. Like, we kind of do well when we're in those feel-good moments and everything's good, and then second half we talked about coming back out. We defer in the first half so we can have the ball in the second half. It had a lot of success early in the year in some of our second half drives, and we start off with a penalty, and it just very, very frustrating from that standpoint. But again, kids have been great. Attitude's been awesome. We continue to build this thing. Got some more young players involved. I think some more guys got more reps today, and continue to build that roster. And we got 3 opportunities, and we'll see where those go. Right? If we still have a chance mathematically to do some things, but we didn't even discuss anything along that line. We talked about preparation to beat Rutgers, and unfortunately we carried it halfway there and couldn't finish it off.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Players again will be outside.